Hey guys, and welcome to LittleBigPodcast. This is episode 182.
Alright guys, thanks for joining us this week. We're super excited to be back, and we are late again, and there are several explanations for that, but we hope you don't care because we're here now, and we're going to be back this Friday or Saturday or something. Anyway,
yeah, we had a pretty crazy week this week.
We did, and it's a good thing we did wait because we get some pretty awesome news, got some pretty awesome news, and we are really excited to share that with you. But before that, we have 3 levels that we want to throw out there real quick. We found some really great classic platforming levels. So our first one was...
The first one was Picnic Panic by Lightmare. The second one was Da Vinci Tower by Mikolos. And the third one was Tree Factory by Adam Eats 17. Now, the reason we're not showing these is basically just in the interest of time. We do have quite a bit to talk about as far as LBPKarting goes this week. And some other interesting news. So speaking of the news, let's go ahead and jump straight into that. Austin, what is your new favorite costume pack?
My new favorite costume pack is going to be the Disney Princesses costume pack because it's going to be awesome and princessy.
And the question of the week this week is, are you going to be buying the Disney Princesses costume pack? I've had several people ask me already, and I'm not
the obvious
really
answer
sure.
Is duh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool pack. Then again, I don't usually dress as a girl in Little Big Planet,
but hey, I mean, our mom plays pretty frequently, so
yeah,
there you go. But another cool thing is I've always thought, and since they started doing Disney packs, I guess when Pirates about a year and a half ago, I think now, and that was a great pack. And just the more I saw Disney integrating with Little Big Planet, the more I saw what a great fit it is. Because like they're both just so whimsical, I guess is the right word that you could use.
Yeah, it's a good word.
So anyway, I think that Disney and Little Big Planet are a really great fit. So to see even the princess costumes, just more of that good feeling of the two themes and just the way everything looks, and just anyway, it's a really good match.
Yeah,
so
it looks good.
I'm excited to see these come in, some of the former ones that came in, and then some of the ones that will be coming in the future. Yeah, most likely.
Hopefully. And the next bit of news is the LBP community hat. Basically, it sounds like they're going to be running some online competitions on the Little Big Planet Twitter account, and you can win that costume hat thing by following at Little Big Planet and participating in some of the upcoming events on their Twitter feed. And our final bit this week is actually about Little Big Planet Karting, but not at the same time. Little Big Planet Karting is an amazing game, and it's basically Little Big Planet in 3D with karts and tracks. But they also gave you the ability to make the game without karts necessarily. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. You can build basically pretty much any object that you want, hook up a kartinator to it, which basically turns it into a cart that you control, basically a controlinator, and you are controlling whatever it is. So, as mentioned on the blog this week, there is a helicopter level where you fly around as a helicopter, shooting buildings, blowing things up. It's amazing, and we can actually show you a picture of it.
I think it's pretty sweet. I saw Daniel playing it the other day, and it's pretty fantastic to see, okay, you're not limited to a track, and that's one of the biggest things. You're not limited to a kart per se. You're not limited to just a very... I shouldn't say linear in the fact that it's not completely linear, but at the same time, a track is fairly linear.
It is linear.
But it's a great branch out of the original idea of karting, because you can do so much more than that. And that's really what defines the LBP series is, yes, it's a platformer, but you can do so much more than that. And I think that this is continuing to embrace that theme, continuing to embrace that feature set. So I really am anticipating what other people will do. And once again, as we said last week, it's cool to see these early beta stages because, you get all these people getting out there and the levels aren't that great yet, and they're just kind of developing, and it's just some tracks here and there, and the theming starts to get better, and the mechanics start to get better, and the layouts and all this stuff continues to get better. And then by 3 or 4 weeks into the beta, you start to realize, wow, okay, people are getting a hang of it. Yeah. That's when you start to see the amazing stuff. I think of LBP2 beta, how we saw Luos 83's Caves, was it Trials or Caves new beta? Anyway,
either way.
One of the most awesome levels that ended up getting ported over was created within the first couple months of the beta for LBP2.
And then so there was
once
another...
people start getting the hang of it, that's when you start to see the amazing stuff. So we're just crossing that threshold right now for LBPKarting.
There was another stream of beta stuff in the last game too. Like there are these amazing levels that came out in LBP2. And then there were these crazy like not level things. Like, you remember the plane that flew
Right.
through space? We were like, what in the world? So that kind of developed, and then the levels kind of developed separately. And it seems like in Little Big Planet Karting, that's going to be what's going to happen. There's going to be these tracks that are really fun, have great lines, and then there are going to be these games that are just totally different. And I'm looking forward to it. It seems like it's going to be a really great game and have a lot of variety built into it.
Definitely. So
super cool.
if you have a beta code, go ahead and enter it. And if you're not going to use it, give it to someone else who will, because it's a great beta, and I'm really enjoying so far how everything's coming along.
Yeah,
But-
and we might even hold like an unofficial contest thing over on our end of things. And so you can create the best non-karting level. I mean, I'm really interested to see what people are doing. I don't know that we'll have a prize or anything, but I just want to see some of the stuff. Yeah. Just send us whatever you're doing, and we're interested to see what kind of non-karting stuff you guys can make with the Controlinator and Kartinator and all that stuff.
Definitely.
So,
So I think that was everything we needed to cover this week.
One more thing,
One more
quickly. Gymkhana 5.1,
Yes.
we mentioned it last week. A lot of you guys were wanting to watch it, and you were like, where do we watch it at? This says that it got pulled for copyright. Well, that
We
was
didn't do
actually
anything illegal.
Yeah,
Just
we
saying.
didn't do anything illegal. That was actually a crazy turn of events. It got accidentally pulled because our title was very similar.
Our title looked the same, and then we got this option all of a sudden because it's this weird thing where we're like in the partner program, but we're getting like phased into it.
Yeah, like
and
we're halfway in right now.
So we just got phased into the part where we can now add custom thumbnails. And so we decided to add a custom thumbnail. Well, because of Daniel's amazing graphic design jobs and our completely awesome rip-off logo that we designed that looks exactly like their branding.
with all of our own assets.
Right. One of DC's interns just randomly scrolling through looking for copies of the original video. Thought our thumbnail was the original without even watching it. Must have just filed
Pulled
it
it.
for copyright infringement. So our video got accidentally pulled. We got in contact with DC. It was all a big mix-up, and they're restoring our video and all that great stuff. So that's been taking a few days, but if you're interested in that kind of thing, we'll let you know when it gets back up in case you've been wanting to watch it.
And also, if you're wanting to get the latest in what's going on, like this episode was delayed a bit because of all the craziness. Like, basically, we were scared to death that we were going to be thrown in jail for
Or
copyright
sued.
infringement or sued. That's why we were kind of late trying to sort all that stuff out and just some other stuff. So if you want to figure out like exactly what's going on and the timing and schedule changes and stuff, follow us on Twitter at LBPodcast, and we will keep you guys up to date on the latest as far as all that goes. And yeah, I think that's just about
I
it.
think that does it.
All right.
Well, I'm Austin,
I'm Daniel.
and we will see you guys next week on Little Big Podcast. Bye.
Bye.